Okay. Flip the video. Boom. Right on. Majane, what's good? How are ya? Kelly, hey, what's good? Good to see you. Cool. I'm just going to let all these people just kind of roll through. How's your day going? I hope you're having a really great Tuesday. Right on, right on. Boom. Not too bad. What'd you get up to today? Just working? Nice. Yeah, keep up those likes. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Just cleaning the house? Yeah, I did the same thing yesterday. Got some floor done, got some clean up the living room. Yeah, that thing got destroyed, so right on, dude. Okay, so there's a few people on here, guys. Anybody that's entering the chat right now, if you guys can do me a huge solid, explicit, what's good, man? If you guys can do me a huge solid, hit those likes for me as much as humanly possible. Your laundry's never ending. Yeah, dude. But slam those likes for me as much as you guys can. Again, it helps me in the algorithm, gets me in front of eyes just like yourselves. Like-minded people that want to talk about food culture, recipes, all that good stuff, okay? And explicit, man, how are you? How's your day doing, dude? Whale boy, hey, what's good, man? Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. How's everyone been today? How's your weekend been? All that good stuff. Okay. Yeah. Man, I've been having like Pink Panther on the brain lately because my little girl just discovered it. And that thing's been going off nonstop. It's hilarious. Yeah. What's everyone been up to today? Just working, I hope? Hope today was a nice, easy, comfortable, nice, calm day. Yeah. Lucian, hey, what's good, dude? I'm doing really good, man. How are you? How's your Tuesday going? Hope it's going really well. Yeah. What you guys saying for dinner tonight? What are you guys making? Okay, and anyone entering the chat right now, if you guys can do me a huge solid, go ahead, smash the shit out of that fucking like button. Again, it helps me in the algorithm, finds new people to join the live as well. Maybe hopefully some like-minded people who want to talk about food culture, restaurants, recipes, all that good stuff. Taco night, nothing wrong with taco night. I was actually considering doing like a Tex-Mex taco night. Just because I love tacos. Like when I remember like being a teenager and like Taco Tuesday was just a thing, dude. Right on. All right. Duck soup. Oh, ooh, that's going to be good. What kind of duck soup you making, dude? Yeah, dude. I think one day I will. I'll probably put that onto the list for sure. Because I was considering doing like a taco night, but then I got kind of caught up with other recipes that I wanted to do. Because again, you're just trying to be economical with the stuff that's in the fridge. I just want to make it up, or I want to use it up as much as humanly possible. Spaghetti, and what do you got here? Stew? Oh yeah, some duck stew. Oh my god. Made the Flying Dutchman onion burger. Ooh, that's fire. Like that's just so fire. I love it. Yeah, I actually saw the Flying Dutchman. It came up on like one of my YouTube channels that I follow, the burger. I can't remember the guy. It's like the burger expert guy. Huge beard. He covers all the burgers. I saw it like thick cut onions on the patty itself. Just amazing. It looks so fire. Gladstone, hey, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the live. I hope you have a great time here. The community that we're building is amazing, full of great personalities, lots of really loving, caring people that are in the same boat. People want to talk about food, food culture, recipes, all that good stuff. Okay, so I mean, we got a few people in here, so I'm just going to carry on with it. So it's like 5 o'clock now. Okay, so for tonight, we're going to be doing the salt and pepper pork. We got teriyaki veg and rice, and we're going to be doing some Johnny cakes. And the reason that we're doing this tonight is because, again, I wanted something like crispy and Asian, a little bit salty, kind of savory. At the same time, I've been hankering for like some Edo Japan like style Japanese teriyaki veg on top of rice because it's something I really, really love. So if you guys know what Edo Japan is here in Canada, it's just like a Japanese spot that does like the bento boxes. It does like the sauteed beef. Mama Bear, hey, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Caitlin, what's good, dude? How's your day going? You missed the lives? Hey, man, thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you for being here. Right now I'm going to be doing some, like, it's going to be like more like a Chinese slash Japanese kind of dinner, where I was thinking about trying to get, because again, I've been hankering for some like that sweet teriyaki glazed vegetable to go on top of just some rice to go with some like crispy meat, okay? And to be honest with you, I saw this, like, there's like these pork, they're like pork steaks or pork roast steaks that have been sliced, but I just couldn't turn down the price. It was insanely cheap, so I'm just going to use them up today. Little Big Man, hey, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. How are you? Welcome to the live. Okay, so first off, I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Johnny Cakes mix. Okay, so prior to the live, I just went ahead and did the mix for this. If you guys want the recipe for the Johnny Cakes, it's similar to a cornbread recipe, but in this case it uses a little bit of brown sugar and a lot more baking powder. But in this case, I didn't have any brown sugar. So, Little Big Man, you're here to learn. I appreciate you, man. Silent Sam, hey, I appreciate it, dude. Hey, man, anybody that's on this live to learn, I appreciate you guys for being here. Again, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, go ahead, leave the questions in the comment section below, and I'll try to help you guys out as much as humanly possible as well. Anybody in the live right now, please just go ahead and be hitting that like button as much as humanly possible. Again, it helps me in the algorithm. It helps me find other like-minded people that want to learn about food, talk about food, food culture, recipes, all that good stuff, okay? All right. So, yeah, I did just a pre-mix of the Johnny Cakes dry mix, as well as I did the wet mix as well. Okay? And it does call for brown sugar. So in this case, I was looking through my cupboard. Again, I want to try to like reuse or use up a lot of the ingredients that I kind of have on deck without having to purchase too much new things. Lamborghini, welcome, dude. So what a Johnny Cake is, it's a more sweet version of like a cornbread, essentially, right? It's a really dank, really dense, but very warm and moist version of a cornbread. It does have cornmeal in it, but in this case it uses brown sugar, as well as brown sugar and a lot more baking powder, so it gives a lot more floof. But what was I saying? So in this case, guys, hey, Caitlin, thank you so much for the roses, and Little Big Man, thanks so much for the popcorn. I appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, so what I was saying is I didn't have any brown sugar, but I did see I had coconut sugar in my cupboard. So what I did is, since it called for 1/3 of a cup of sugar or brown sugar, lightly packed, what I did is instead I poured maybe about 1/3 of the third cup into the cup itself, and then scooped sugar on top of that, regular white sugar, and then leveled it off. So what that does, it kind of gives me generally the caramelized flavor of the brown sugar. But the problem with coconut sugar, again, guys, is that when you do bake with it, it does absorb a lot of the liquid, right? Creating a drier kind of result. So you do want to kind of go like 50-50 with it, or you want to go light on it because it does absorb a lot of liquid. You're damn right, bro. I'm all about that dank good, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Okay, so yeah, so I got the flour mixture, cornmeal, baking powder, sugar, all that good stuff. And then in here, it's just milk, 1 egg, There's a little bit of oil and vanilla. So the real important part of this is to make sure that when you do add it in, what I like to do is I kind of try to make sure that the ingredients themselves aren't immediately cold. And the reason being is that when you do mix it in with your dry ingredient, it won't necessarily, like if it's too cold, it'll be harder to mix and become much thicker and denser. Matt Taylor, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. And Mamacita Leona, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. Welcome, Matt. I appreciate you for being here. Again, guys, if you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, go ahead, leave those comments in the section below, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. More or less plain rice. What I'm going to always do is I always try to hit it with just a little bit of stock powder and a little bit of sesame oil, and a couple other ingredients to kind of just give it some life. Because I do like, again, when it comes to like bento boxes and all that stuff, they do have like a hit of they do have a hit of like a little bit of vinegar, just like almost like sushi rice, but it's still very plain. Fruit Fly Frank, how you doing, bud? What should I be careful about? Good evening, and what's a Johnny Cake? Catface, what's good, dude? Okay, so a Johnny Cake is basically a sweeter version of a cornbread. So in this case, the cornbread itself does have a lot more baking powder, as well as it has a lot more, it has sugar. It has brown sugar, but in this case, I kind of substituted, it's the 1/3 of cup of sugar, with like, say, I split that into 1 part coconut sugar, which is the browner sugar, to 2 parts of white sugar. Where's Nanners tonight? She's just on her way home. She doesn't want to be driving and listening to the lives, but she will be on shortly after she gets home. So maybe about 15-20 minutes here. I tried again, just try to look through my fridge today and my cupboards, just kind of trying to create like a recipe or a bunch of menu ideas that I can just kind of do with what I have on deck without having to go to the grocery store, because it is insanely cold today for no reason. Sherry Lee, I am from Calgary, Alberta. So I'm going to go ahead, I mixed up the wet ingredient. I'm going to go ahead and just throw that all into here. And then again, when it comes to dealing with like things like cornbread, it does collect very quickly. So always best to just like treat it like just like any other dough. Stir from the center, and then once you get it more or less incorporated, you're going to go ahead and mix it as thoroughly as humanly possible without over mixing it. Again, you don't want to create a really large ton of gluten, right? But you do want to incorporate all the components as best as you can. Yes, honey. Sure. Let me just cut this open. Excuse me. Okay. You want 1 or 2? You want 2? Sure. There you go. Can you put this back? Thank you. Okay. So after it's gone in, you can see now that it's completely collected. Really great consistency overall. Okay. And this will be nice because it'll be, again, with the baking powder and all that, it'll puff up really, really well. If you have any suggestions to help create a dish or dessert, absolutely. I'm always down to take any suggestions, dude. You can always collaborate on any dishes that you think would be really good. Catfish, yeah, it's weird cold. It like dropped down like yesterday and today for almost no reason. I was like, God damn, like I walked outside, I'm like, whoo, your face kind of hurts. RT, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. You're 1 province away to the west. You're in BC? Yes, Giddy, I used to be a professional chef for the last 25 years. I mean, I was a cook, but I was a chef professionally for about maybe 18, 19 years now. Lamborghini, yes. I'm always down to see what everyone suggests, what kind of stuff they want to see, all that good stuff. Oh, you're in BC. Yeah, dude. How's the weather out there? Okay, so as well for the Johnny cakes, I'm going to go ahead preheat the oven to a nice solid 400. All right. Start. And then while that's heating, I'm just going to go ahead. I do have a nonstick pan, but again, with nonstick pans, with no lining, I'm just going to go ahead and just give it a quick spray with the nonstick. All right, and this kind of just makes sure that it guarantees that it, when it comes out of the oven, I can just give it a flick. It'll rotate in the pan and come out really, really clean. The weather's why you work at home. Oh man, I wish I can work from home right now. Oh man, whale boy. Make sure you do make yourself a really hearty soup or a stew, something like that, something really good for the soul. Someone on here is currently making, I believe in the comments, someone saying they're making duck soup or anything like that. That honestly, that sounds fantastic right now. Or make yourself something super hearty like a potato bacon. I think that'll be just killer. If you're feeling under the weather, right? Add some really nice chicken bone broth into it. It doesn't have to be the thickest thing in the world, but it's going to be so hearty. It'll be enriching, and it'll really like just be in there to touch the soul, if you know what I'm saying. Lambo, favorite Filipino dessert? To be honest with you, it's the banana Q, the banana turon, which you guys have seen that I make quite often, or like a rendition of it, or halo halo, 100%. Oh, the Jollibee, the mango pies. Oh my God. Hey man, I know all about that, man, because when I'm in my depression mode, I'm just eating my problems. You know what I'm saying? Lynn, how you doing? You're making a homemade Crunchwrap Supreme. Yeah, it's so dank. Right on, dude. Wicked Thai soup, spicy and warms you. I do. Actually, my brother-in-law came back from Thailand a little bit ago, visiting my father-in-law because he lives out there. And yeah, Jollibee mango pies. You know what I'm saying? That when you put like the, what do you call it? You put like the taro ice cream on it. Oh my God. Oh man. Yeah. So homemade Crunchwrap Supreme, those are fire. Yeah, I do have some wicked Thai, real Thai curry paste to make like some really good tom yum or like a nice green chili. And yo, hey, to be real, I'm a huge, huge fan of Johnny Cakes. That guy is like literally when it comes to baking, he is my hero. Okay. Also as a magician, like he has his own deck of playing cards for Johnny Cakes. They're amazing and they're always sold out.
Why?
Yeah, so yeah, Johnny Cakes is a type of what do you call it, cornbread. But I appreciate you for being here, man. Because again, if I could be Johnny Cakes, I would. That guy is fire. He has such good practice skills, practical, self-taught, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate a person that really drills through their art. You know what I mean? Okay, so for this, I'm just going to go ahead. Now you can see with all that baking powder, you can really see how much air has been allowed to actually form. Okay, so with that said, I'm just going to go ahead and start scooping these out. The best practice for anything to do with like a muffin tin or anything like that is use a ice cream scoop. All right. So, yeah, I think this is like a 4-ouncer, 3-4 ouncer. So when it comes to your cakes and scooping it out, you don't want to press out all the air. You do want to maintain a bunch of that air that's in there. And I'm just going to see how many scoops I can kind of get out of this in general. Okay. Because again, they don't have to be the biggest things in the world as long as when they bake, they're nice pieces. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That. Probably get another 3 or 4. Actually, I should be able to almost get a dozen. Yeah. Got 11. Boom. Right? If you don't have a muffin tin, you can obviously, you're more than welcome to also use like a baking sheet or, but you do have to make sure that if it's a sheet that makes it thin, you regulate how long you cook it for, right? Because if it's in a loaf pan or like a circular cake pan, it'll take roughly about 22 to 25 minutes. Whereas since these are smaller portions, but just as thick, or if you use like a sheet pan to make sheets, I would estimate about 16 to 20 minutes maximum. Kelly, I appreciate you for saying that. I really do. I do repost all of my lives as soon as I can download them and have time to put them on my YouTube. Right on, right on. Okay, so I have that thing almost finished at 400. Bang. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw these in. And I'm going to assume roughly about, I'm going to start off with 16 minutes. I'm going to check for color. Again, what you're really looking for here is more or less you want to see a good amount of inflation, but at the same time you want to see a good amount of color and then pull it. Okay, super important. Right on. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to just start on my basic mise en place. All right, so I'm just going to get just a bit of the veg kind of done and finished, as well as, actually I'm going to get my rice on as well here. Cool. Nice. There's still quite a few people in the live right now. Everybody in the live, welcome. Again, thank you so much for joining. If you guys have a spare moment, go ahead and spam those likes for me. It does help me out a lot in the TikTok algorithm. Helps me find like-minded foodies just like yourselves. All that good stuff, okay? Yeah, people that want to talk about food, food culture, all that is extremely important. Okay. Just going to go ahead and give my rice a quick rinse here. Okay. And again, I'm just today, as usual right now, since I got a bag of the Indian basmati, I'm just going to go ahead and use that. This is probably one of my favorite types of rice to use currently, just because I use it a lot for things like like anything from rice pudding to like stir-fried rices as well. Oh man, thanks so much for the heart. I appreciate it. Jolden, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you for being here. And Bridget, hey, welcome. Good to see you again. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday as well. Tammy, thank you so much for being here. Happy Tuesday as well. I hope you guys are having a great day. Oiler fan too, good evening. Hey, good evening to you as well. And Jolden, my wife is currently on her way home from work right now. She's just not on the live because she's in her car. So, easy. So again, we're just trying to be responsible and reasonable, and I don't want her to be on her phone on her way home here. So she'll probably be here in the next probably like 10, 15 minutes or so. I hope you guys all had a great Tuesday. How was your Tuesdays, by the way? What'd you guys get up to? I hope work was nice, easy, relaxed. Okay, so on the back burner, I'm just going to get my rice just onto a nice simmer. And as usual, I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of flavor it up. Just a little bit to give it some, just a little bit of bulk. Okay. So with that, I'm just going to go with a little bit of garlic salt. This will add a savory note as well as a sodium. Okay. You don't want to add a crazy amount. It's just there to kind of just help along a little bit of flavor. Okay. I'm going to go with I have a nori sheet here. This is, again, roasted seaweed that you get in the bag, right? This is edible like a chip, technically. And in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go ahead and crush it up and throw that into the rice as well. So it is kind of going to be flaked with a good, kind of like a seafoody, oceany flavor, but it won't be overwhelming, which I think would be really, really nice. And again, I like roasted seaweeds because once it's roasted, it really has like a concentrated, more elaborate flavor. When it comes to the flavor profile. All right. Okay. And Bridget, so what Johnny Cakes are is essentially cornbread. It's just a sweeter dessert version of cornbread, and I'm just trying to get my game up in terms of my cornbread, because I already have a recipe for cornbread, but I do want to have, what do you call it, something a little bit more for dessert, something that's a little bit more universal, and it's a snack, you know what I'm saying? Nice. Em, thanks for sharing the live. I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for hitting those likes. If you guys keep that up, please. It does help me out quite a bit. And again, if you guys have a quick second, share the live, because most likely if you guys are here, most likely you guys at least know one other person that would love to be here as well. Spaghetti. Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with some spaghetti, man. What kind of spaghetti are you making tonight? Biscottis. Okay, so then to go along with the hit of garlic powder, I'm just gonna go with just a little bit of chicken stock powder. Boom. All right. And a little bit of sesame oil. Okay. Just a dash, okay? So the reason that you season your rice when you cook it is, again, just to kind of make sure to enhance a lot of just small, subtle flavors that really enhance the dish as a whole, okay? So now I'm just gonna go ahead, since the rice is gonna be on the go, I'm just gonna find a lid, boom. So I'm just gonna find a lid that's on. I'm just gonna start my mise en place. I'm just gonna do some like really simple broccoli, a little bit of celery and cauliflower, because I have some already kind of pre-chopped that I picked up for my daughter. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use that up, as well as I'm gonna use a little bit of green onion for a garnish, okay? And looks like Nanners is ignore your stuff. I didn't see you do any messages, honey. Unless you... Okay. So that's on the go. I gotta get some veg going. Okay, so then I'm gonna be doing all right, so let's do, actually, there's a bit of carrots in here as well, so I'm just going to go ahead, roughly chop up a little bit of carrots. What's good? Okay, and then when you're working with like a multiple saute, hey.
I'll sit and touch your head for snacks.
Kelly, yeah, she's always missed in these lives, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what she gets for being super gangster, has a fan base. Yeah.
I do not have a fan base, sorry.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and chop up some carrots, just a little bit smaller than I would the broccoli and cauliflower. Again, the broccoli and cauliflower are a little bit less dense than a, what do you call it, a carrot. So by doing it this size, when you saute it all at once, it will help more of a uniform cook time. But again, I'm not looking for it to be like ultra soft. What I'm looking for is that they become kind of generally just soft together, but still maintains a lot of crunch. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of cauliflower. Just got these florets. I'm just going to split those in half. Boom. Boom. Just like that. Okay. Let's do a couple more. Why not? Why not? Okay. I'm going to do some broccoli. Again, nothing too crazy. I do want florets, roughly about, maybe a couple inches in size. Right? Because you don't want to make them too small, or else they will overcook too quickly. And I do want to maintain a lot of that stem in them. So it maintains, like, once you saute it, it'll maintain a really nice crunch. Okay, I'm going to hit with a little bit of the celery. Like that. The reason I tap The reason I tap my knife is ideally it's something I got used to over the last 20 years, is because every time I finish, I always tap my knife and it recenters it in my palm, right? Because again, when you hold it, when you hold your knife, it's all about doing like the functional movements, and then when you are in the middle, what that does is it just kind of readjusts it slightly in your palm, so you can just kind of continue with what do you call it, with doing the thing. Abdul, what's good, man? How are you? Hope you're having a really great Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, right on, guys. Yeah, and again, guys, anybody that's in the stream right now, go ahead, please hit those likes for me. It really helps me in the algorithm, helps me find.
Gotta go pee.
Yeah, hit them likes. Yeah, definitely. I think it's just more of like a functionality thing when it comes to working with your knife. Again, I do as a French chef, or when I've done like Asian cuisines at Asian restaurants, it's just more of like a functional. You're kind of working like a robot in a way. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the same time, you also know where your hands are at all times. What do you call it? So it's just a way of really just kind of like making sure you know where everything is generally in your cutting space. Okay. So I got my little bit of veg right there. Nothing too crazy because it's just the three of us here. All right. And then, like any good Edo Japan, we got the cabbage mix. Basically, it's just coleslaw mix and a little bit of green onions for garnish. Okay, so that's my veg for sautéing. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and start with, what am I looking at? 4 minutes, 50 seconds. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and start off working on my pork. Right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my my pan, on a 3.5. So like a really low temperature, just to have it starting to get warm. A wild nanners appears, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour that guy in. I don't want a crazy amount of oil, but I do want to be able to saute off the individual pieces in a way that's just, what do you call it? That'll create a really nice crispy kind of overall layer without it completely saturating it. Okay. Kagan Co, hey, thank you. How are you today? Hope you're having a really great Tuesday. And Nahan, I am from Calgary, Alberta. How about yourself? Okay, so I'm just going to get that on low, and I'm going to go ahead and start on a slice of pork. All right, so nice. So these right here, the price on these were insane. Actually, I couldn't turn them down. So this is pork shoulder blade. And anyone that knows how I like to cook with pork, especially shoulder, is like, again, just like in beef or anything like that. It is Canada, from Quebec. Kalis, hey, right on, dude. Rainy day in Toronto. That's pretty good, though. At least you guys wouldn't get like just destroyed with rain. Or not destroyed with rain, destroyed with snow. Because I know a few weeks ago you guys just got like decimated. Fall Christmas love. Hey, how are ya? Hello from Ontario. Well, hello back from Alberta. How are you today? I hope you're having a really great Tuesday. Okay, so for the pork, since it is shoulder, I do want to kind of keep a good amount of the fat content on this, just because, just because it is quite tender. Okay, so the way I defrosted this, so I did make sure to freeze it partially, just because when you do have it a little bit colder, it is much easier to work with, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut just some reasonable pieces out of it. Okay, and I'm going to try to do it at an angle the best that I can. Actually, this one is kind of dull. I didn't sharpen my knives today. Okay, and again, it's always best that even when you work with pork, much like beef, just always kind of try to cut right across the grain as much as humanly possible. Craig, how are you tonight? Thank you so much for joining the live. Tonight we are cooking, I'm doing some salt and pepper pork. It's going to be like a fried, crispy kind of pork situation. I'm going to be doing an Edo style, like Edo Japan style teriyaki rice and veg. I have rice going in the back here. I'm just waiting for that to come up to a nice simmer, and then I'll turn it all the way low. And in the oven in 1 minute, I have Johnny cakes coming out, warm, gorgeous. I'm just going to be glazing those with some maple syrup. Exotic Snacks, how are ya? Welcome to the live. I appreciate you for being here. 70 in Windsor. Whoa. That must be nice.
Is the pork coated or breaded?
Yes, just me. The pork will be coated. Yeah, it is actually going to be more of a coating than a breading because it's going to be like a wet dredge. It's going to be consistent of cornstarch and potato starch, but I'll show you guys that in 1 second. Because again, I'm just getting to the spot where I can start velveting the pork. Okay, I'm just going to pull off that fat cap just because that's going to be a lot of fat during the fry period. Okay, and again, today I'm using, this is a nice steak type cut of pork shoulder, which I really couldn't turn down. So for the price, it's just a no-brainer. 2, 1, and oven. Okay, and cut that in half lengthwise. All right, just like that. Boom. So that I got nice lengths of pork. We'll just work with that in a second here. Throw that into a bowl like that. Get the cutting board out of the way. Just going to rinse my hands real quick. All right. I really love pork, to be honest with you. Yes, just me, absolutely. If you're celiac as well, you can also take out the things like the white pepper and all that good stuff, okay? It's your girl Roxy. What's good? Welcome to the live. I appreciate you for being here. Whale boy. Yeah, you got to velvet some meat, dude. You got to get in there. You know what I'm saying? Put your whole hand in, give it a massage, right? So with the pork, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of spread it out just so that there's kind of like an open surface around the bowl. All right. To this, I'm just going to go ahead and add in Marnie Magnuson, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you for being here. Welcome to the live. You're going to love the people that are in here. And your girl Roxy, this is what we are making. Hey, thanks for the heart me. I appreciate it. Okay, so what are we making tonight? We are making some nice, it's almost like a Chinese or a Malay style salt and pepper pork that I'm going to be velveting right now. I slice thin. It's made of pork shoulder. On the side, it's going to be some Edo style, like Edo Japan style teriyaki veg on top of rice. So it's going to be like a sweet teriyaki sauce going on top of some nice rice and vegetables. And then right now, I have my Johnny cakes coming out of the oven.
Cowboy and mustache.
You want to try some beef for Chinese style? Absolutely. Velveting beef is one of my favorite things to have just because it does it so well. From Surrey Nation. Hey, what's good? Good afternoon. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Leisha, welcome. Didn't see you roll in. Welcome to the live. I hope you're having a really great Tuesday. I hope you're having good start to your week. Okay, so I'm just gonna let these guys cool down for a quick second. And that is good to go. And you can see just by greasing them, they give a nice spin. Gorgeous. Hell yeah. Yeah, just me, absolutely. It's the recipe for the for the beef. You could also substitute for any other meat: chicken, beef, pork, fish, any of that good stuff. Johnny cakes are done and they're chilling.
What's a Johnny cake?
Johnny cake is it's basically like a sweet cornbread. It's a dessert cornbread. Lisa, thank you also for the hat and mustache. I appreciate you for doing that. Teriyaki is fire. I know. I love. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for the heart, me. Lisha, yes, I am going to be velveting the meat, which is basically to say that I'm going to be using a mixture of cornstarch. That's what I'm doing now. So it's just a small hit of cornstarch, potato starch, and baking powder. What the baking powder, again, does is that it creates like a tenderizing effect using a chemical reaction on the meat. So you're just going to add in roughly about a tablespoon of that. Maybe, yeah, a tablespoonish. On top of that, and then you're also going to hit with just a little bit of potato starch, just because the potato starch itself, as opposed to cornstarch, adds a finer crunch because it is water soluble. So what happens is that because of its solubility, it is able to deplete the water faster when it fries. So it just kind of sends it out, but creating a great airy, a less dense dough. Cornstarch does something very similar, but I find that in this method, it just works a little bit better. Okay, so to this, I'm going to go ahead and just add just a touch of white pepper. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to add a hit of just powdered ginger. All right. A small splash of Chinese cooking wine. Just a small splash, nothing crazy. Bam. Jiggy, no, I did not. I went to the School of Hard Knocks. I started originally as a dishwasher. Oh, thank you so much for the heart, me. Abdul, I appreciate it. Yeah, so I originally started as a dishwasher when I was 13, and I just decided I didn't want to go to culinary school. I wanted to prove that you can be a really great chef or somebody with the acumen of a chef without going to culinary school. Nice, Kelly. Yeah, that's a good fact. Yeah, because again, a lot of people are always asking, like, I missed a certain part of the thing, and a lot of people have been asking where my YouTube page is. ZZ, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, just trying to do my best out here. You know how it is. Okay, so I added Chinese cooking wine to this. Boom. And I'm going to add 1 egg white. And again, the reason I'm adding just an egg white today is primarily because I like the crisping that happens when you add egg whites as opposed to adding the whole egg. By adding a whole egg, you're adding a lot of extra fat content. Some of the yolk did go with that. That's okay. As well as when you have yolk, it does not only discolor the the batter, making it a little bit more more yellow or more golden. Over time, it doesn't maintain its crispiness. So adding egg whites is a better way to have a crispy end product that lasts a longer time. Jiggy, thank you so much for the follow. And Echo Nelson, thank you so much for the follow as well. Welcome, guys. You guys are going to love the people that are in here. The community is great. These are great, caring, loving people that all have the same love for food. Was 15 degrees. Damn. Caitlin, thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate you for doing that. And ZZ, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the live. Okay, so I'm just gonna add just a small hit of cold water. Again, when you guys are working with cornstarch or I guess any type of starches, it's always good and always good practice to always use just cold water, because the second you add in a little bit of the hot water, it does react with it and will start to create a what do you call it? It will start to inflate the particles of the starch. Okay, and that is usually what you want when you thicken things with it. Okay, so I got these nice long strands, right? Gorgeous. And these are going to be really nice, what do you call it? Good strands, good lengths. Weird food ASMR. Alicia, thank you so much for the roses. I appreciate it. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of just trying to massage all the pork so that as you massage it, it does help break up the particle, like the actual fibers in the meat itself. Just gonna go ahead and wash my hands. All right. So rice is now just steaming. I got my pork done, veg is done. Johnny cakes are good. Nice. I am on time. Caitlin, thank you so much for the roses as well. I don't know if I said that, but I appreciate you guys for hitting me with those. I really appreciate it. It does help me on this channel. You didn't use soap? I did absolutely use soap. I usually hit the water and then put the soap on. Caitlin, thank you so much for the rose as well. I don't know how many people we got in here. 56. Hey, is anybody in here that's new? Again, thank you so much for joining the live. My name is John. I make food content about just struggle meals, things that are sustainable, economical, just generally anything that's accessible and easy for normal people to make, but as well as it's more dank, it's flavorful, it's stuff that you want to come home to. So if you guys do have a quick second in the comments, hit that likes for me as much as humanly possible. Again, that helps me in the algorithm, find like-minded people like yourselves, people that want to talk about food, food culture, all that good stuff. Lando, hey, how are ya? Welcome to the live. Jimmy, yes, we are in Canada. Dank is your new favorite word. Alicia, to be honest with you, as many likes as humanly possible. Again, it's just last time we got to 30,000, and that did help me out a lot in the algorithm, helped me get a lot of other extra new people to follow, people that were new, people that wanted to learn, people that wanted to grow with the community. Fall Christmas love. Oh, you thought I was in Toronto. Man, yeah, I've always wished about being in Toronto, but I don't know if I could live there. Sure 2 million likes? Oh man, I wish. I've never seen a live with 2 million. Elise, to be honest with you, I think just if we can exceed what we hit last time, which was around 30,000, that would be appreciated. Because again, every time you do hit the likes and you do that more often, it tells the algorithm on TikTok to focus on channels like mine, get new people in that are, again, looking for food, food content, all that good stuff. Because at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is trying to exceed 1,000 followers. I'd like to know if someone else don't see appear live in TikTok. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Vancouver does. But the thing is, Vancouver's always had like a higher price tag to me, even from like the early 2000s. I even considered moving to Vancouver when I was much younger. But even then, I was like, I don't know if I can cook there. You don't make money. You have to live in a house with like 14 other dudes. Okay, so I got my oil lightly heating. Again, when it comes to doing any of your meat products, especially if you're going to do the fry method, I do recommend the double blanch method. Okay, and what that means is I'm going to be cooking this, I'm searing it on a lower temperature, and then once everything's kind of cooked through without overcooking the outside, I'm going to pull them, let them rest for a second so it exceeds all that, or sorry, drips out all that extra oil, and then I'm going to put it to a higher heat to crisp the outside, and it's going to get you that nice crust that that you're kind of looking for. Then I'm just going to toss that into a bowl, boom, with a bit of garlic salt and white pepper. Vancouver is pretty yes, it is pretty pricey, but at the same time, it's kind of, in many ways, it's so cultural that it's kind of worth living there if you can make the price tag to do it. Because again, I loved Vancouver when I was a kid, or when I was a teenager into my 20s. So it's one of those places I'll always love to visit, but at the same time, it's just a place I really couldn't live. Leisha, you have a great rest of your evening. Hopefully we'll see you again. If not, I will see you again. Here's a special announcement. I am shooting my next shooting day for the short film that I'm filming with a couple of people. So I'm not going to be on the Thursday live. So I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to be on tomorrow or Friday, but most likely I will be on Friday. Okay? So if I don't see you later tonight, I will see you on Friday night. Rent prices are insane here, and the food, yeah. I find, Lando, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Gergo, right now I'm in Calgary, Alberta. It is quite still pricey out here. Okay, so I have my temperature. Okay, so that's a nice quick oil test. You just take a dab of this and then just kind of shoot it in. What you're looking for is that it bubbles up, nice and airy, but it does it very quickly. So we're not exactly there just yet. I'm just going to wait a second before I do the first preliminary fry. Okay, while I'm here, I'm just going to give my bowl a quick rinse. I'm going to use this guy for my pork pieces. Say again?
I found the mandolin.
Where? Oh, I see. It's literally in front of me. God, I'm an idiot. Jesus. You just saw it on screen?
I saw it on screen.
That's so funny. All right, so I have my Johnny Cakes. They've been resting. Look at that. Boom. Nice, good color. Yep. Nice, springy, right? The cool part about Johnny Cakes as well is that these are kind of one of those more, like, this is the base recipe. They're awesome for, what do you call it? They're really good for, like, if you want to add bananas, you want to add chocolate chips, you want to add just maple powder, you want to add cheese to them, all that good stuff. You can kind of treat it like a savory or more like a sweet. I just wouldn't add peanut butter because adding a level of fat content onto it would make it a little bit too dense. But yeah, add white chocolate, maple chips, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff would be amazing in this kind of bread. Fall Christmas, yes. that is my ladies. Nutella, you can definitely, what I would actually do with the Nutella is, to be honest with you, I would let that thing cool down and then I would cut it, boom, right? And then put like a layer of Nutella on the inside and then squish it down. I think that would just be fire. Lamborghini, yes I am. Yeah, one of my favorite things to do with them is you just take some nice, in your pan, you're gonna just take some nice butter, right? Put it into the pan, crisp up, like cut them in half, you're gonna crisp them, get the butter on there, drizzle some maple syrup, good to go. I love that kind of stuff. ZZ, yes. Johnny cakes are exactly cornbread, but it's like the sweet cousin. If you know what I'm saying. Okay, so now I have my batter. Yep, now it's reacting quite nice. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead with the pork. And again, don't flood your oil because you'll cool it down too quickly. So my suggestion as always is to just, if you can't fit it all in one go, because you shouldn't have to, just go ahead and just do it in batches. Okay? Right? Nice. Yeah, we're getting that nice sizzle on them. Nice. And as well, I allowed my pork to not come up to complete room temperature, but to warm up just a bit, just so that it doesn't have any extra like ice or cold particle in it to shock the oil too much, right? So that prevents a lot of splattering and any of that stuff from happening. Okay, boom. Boom. All right, I'm just going to go ahead with a nice good layer of the pork going in. So by doing this as well, you're kind of helping the fat come along, or sorry, melt along. So you're not going to get these big honking chunks of fat that'll just, what do you call it? Like when you bite down, they just don't, they don't break. In this case, they'll actually help them melt and they'll be a little bit more gushy. If that's an actual thing. All right, so we'll let that go for a couple seconds. So again, when it comes to your meat, just go ahead, let it go for a little bit, and then once it's starting to take on a little bit of firmness and all that stuff, you can then use your tongs to kind of just break it apart, okay? Those real chef hands. Hey, sometimes, you know, I mean, I think I've worked in the game for so long that I just don't feel my hands. So it's not, to me, it's not necessarily a flex, but okay, perfect. So I'm just going to raise the heat just to a 4.5, just so it does not, sorry, there is a fine line between having your oil too cold and too hot, right? In this case, the oil is just a touch on the colder side, and you do not want it to be ultra cold because it will take on a lot of oil if it is, if it's not hot enough. Okay, so yeah, again, you're going to get this really nice coating on it, but you do want to make sure that all the sides are turned. Okay, and it's also good. It's also fine if your pork isn't super crispy right away. All right. The reason that you put it in for the second blanch is primarily for the crispness. In this case, what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to make sure that the pork itself is kind of cooked more or less like 80 to 90% of the way, because the real thing is once you put it in for the second blanch, it's just going to finish pretty much up to 100%. Without going over. That's the super important part. Yeah, right on. Man, we're at 21,000 likes. Damn, you guys are just killing it right now.
Going for 30K.
You're going for 30? Damn. Well, boy, absolutely. Absolutely. I found that food for me has always been... yeah, I would say it's my love language. It's just primarily it's because that's like the way I communicate with people, because I suck at words. But like I can always like, you know, we can always, it's always easier to like feed everybody, and at the same time, like once you're eating, conversation becomes easier to have. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, what is a Johnny cake? So a Johnny cake is this bad boy right here. It's essentially cornbread's sweet cousin, right? So it has a nice sponginess on the bottom. Right, there's a bit of sugar in there. And again, it's one of those things where you can just add banana, you can add grated up zucchini to it, chocolate chips, stuff like that. Nothing that is a super high fat content, but you can still add a lot of great flavor. You can add cinnamon elements to it as well. The only thing I would recommend is to also to stay away from things like pumpkin spice or things that have a lot of nutmeg, because that is an insane higher end flavor profile. Yeah, and that's the thing, Alicia. I love just making food for people. To be honest with you, we cheated today. We did have a bit of a, because my daughter had her eyes dilated at the eye doctor just for a checkup. She doesn't need glasses, which is great, but we did cheat because I still love me. Honestly, I love Chinese food, like especially fast food Chinese food. But one of my favorite things is like McNuggets. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get me some nugs with some dip. It's fire.
It's not a cheat. We embrace all shades of food.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I mean, I'm not. I'll always admit it. I love like things like KFC. I love things like you know what I'm saying. I don't know. I found for me, any good chef will always admit that they love leaving the restaurant at 2 a.m, slapping down some fried chicken, that green coleslaw from KFC. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. Yo, an A&W burger with onion rings. What I love, okay, I'm not a huge fan of the onion rings from A&W personally, but one of the best parts about A&W is that you get the onion rings, right? And you smash that onion rings into the burger, like you get like a grandpa burger, or you get like a matzo burger, and you just smush that thing in there, get a side of gravy for dipping. Oh my god, you just nap time city. You feel me? Like that's always been again, I love things that are dank. Like dank foods is part of the DNA around here. You know what I'm saying? What was it? Like Shan loves like if you go to McDonald's, she loves like nugs or like a good Big Mac. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that, because it's just comfort, you know what I'm saying? It's just amazing. Yo, the matzo burger is so fire. First job was A&W for the 50% off meals. Yeah, dude. Again, that was also Abdul. Thank you so much for the love you. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, one of my McDouble, like a Mac. Yes, I remember when we were able to get that and they didn't charge you. We used to do that all the time. You get a McDouble, right? A double McDouble, dressed like a Big Mac. Amazing. So I am actually team Taco Bell. And the reason being is because for the longest time they had like those potatoes, right? And like you get like a big ass burrito, like an all meat joint with all this cheese, and you put those potatoes in the burrito and smash it together, right? That and like mixed with like 2:30 in the morning is just to die for. DQ cheese curds. Ooh. Yeah, I used to love me like a poutine from DQ. Gain 20 pounds. Yo, I feel that, dude. Quarter pounder with bacon, extra pickles. Oh, so good. Yo, also, Bridget, one of the things I loved when I was a kid, original hot sauce. Oh yeah, the fire sauce is amazing there. One of the things I remember as a kid, my parents wouldn't let me have it either way. So it's one of those like, oh my God, Abdul, thanks so much for the ginger man. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Alicia, you have a good rest of your night. I'll catch you later this week, okay? One of my favorite things from Taco Bell was they had nachos. It's basically the fry supreme, but in nacho form. Jay Brazy, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you for being here. Welcome. Yo, and shawarma. Oh man, chicken shawarma used to be like, I love a good chicken shawarma plate. I don't know about you, but just the wrap, but I love the plate. You get the pita and you just scoop that shit up. Oh my God. Okay, so I have the rice now cooling off. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead with the rest of the pork into the fryer.
What flavor is shawarma?
To be honest, the shawarma, the chicken. Actually, mixed plate. Yeah, I like the beef, the lamb and the chicken together on a platter. That was like That was a go-to. Then you hit it with like in Alberta we hit with like the what do you call it? The hummus, like the tahini, and then we also hit it with yeah, a bit of hot sauce, a little bit of the white sauce as well.
Is it spicy? She's trying to, like they're trying to gauge what type of flavor it is, not the meat.
For flavor for what?
Shawarma.
Oh, shawarma. Honestly, it's really I like shawarma spicy. To be honest with you, if you add like the pickled jalapenos and stuff, but it doesn't have to be, right? Because again, you can also do the shawarma. Like I did that chicken shawarma on here, I believe.
Yeah.
Right, and that was more of a savory. In that case, I used what do you call it? I used a little bit of like sweet sauce, a little bit of hummus. I think I made like a type of tzatziki as well. All right. Joel, also thank you so much for sharing this live. I appreciate you for doing that. Yeah. Keep up on those likes, guys. I appreciate it. Apparently, we're trying to get up to 30,000 for this live, which I appreciate you guys dearly for. Thank you so much. GG Enzo, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you for being here. Welcome to the live. You're going to really love the community that we have here. Right on. Okay, so again, I got those going right now. So like when you let it rest, you get this wicked texture, right? So this texture that you have here, once that hits the hot oil for the second blanch, it'll help crisp out, what do you call it, completely, as well as you're going to get like the rest of that, what do you call it? Just the excess water cooked out, but still retaining a lot of the juiciness on the meat itself. Okay, so I'm just going to give these a quick flip. Yeah, dude. Yeah, see? And that's the kind of texture that you're looking for here, right? You're looking for that really thick, nice, good, ripply crust on the outside.
Hold up a little higher when you do that because you're right in where the texture is.
Oh, shit, sorry. Here, I'll give you guys another peek, right? So again, what you're looking at here is like you got this nice ripple.
A little up and, yeah, there.
Right there, right? So you guys are getting a nice rippling effect. Good crust overall. So there's like a good amount of air, a good amount of space in between the meat itself. Again, giving you this really great texture. Okay, just going to give that a quick flip. Boom. Just like that. Yeah. So let me ask you, everybody out there, does anybody here own cookbooks? What are the kind of cookbooks that you have at home? What kind of cookbooks do you like owning? And if you have a favorite, what is your favorite cookbook that you have in your repertoire right now? It's true. Nanners has like the full-on, like from over there all the way to the other where the window is.
That's not all cookbooks.
No, but she does have a full library. Martha Stewart's cookies. What about that one? It's sugar?
Yeah, we don't typically make anything out of it.
Oh, don't we? I thought we had at least one recipe that we really, really used the crap out of years ago.
No, I think that one had some of those gluten-free ones that we use.
Ah, yeah, the gluten-frees. Yeah. Yeah, I thought those were pretty good. The Martha Stewart one is fire. Their R&D is just crazy. Okay, so I'm getting a nice, good puff on these pieces of pork right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just hold them, let them rest for a second, and then I'm going to boost the heat up to a solid, I'm going to say about a 5.5 to a 6, just so that it gives me an immediate sear. Okay, just like that.
We have some Rachel Ray with a one for a lupus anti-inflammatory food.
Oh, cool.
Google.
You go by memory or Google. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with Google, man. The only issue I have with it is like going to certain sites like All Recipes. We also like Shannon hits me with like the TikToks for like this lady does the worst recipes on Food Network, which I can't believe exist. Rachel Ray is one of my heroes. She's like one of the most like
We never looks like she enjoys her food.
who?
Giada.
Oh, Giada. Yeah, she looks like she doesn't eat the food that she makes. She like, yeah, definitely looks like she doesn't enjoy it. And charity sales put together by the Vaughn. Cool. Nicola, thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate it. Her voice though, Rachel Ray. Yeah. Yeah, some days it used to be better than it used to be. It is now, but she's still gangster because she was one of the first people that really influenced me to do like more like economy meals, like because she was part of the 30-minute meal kind of what do you call it? The 30-minute meal movement, which I thought was really great. Some of her recipes were kind of hack, like they didn't really get R&D'd enough. But I mean, for what it was, I mean, enough to have a TV show. So it was something that I really enjoyed. Same with like the early Jamie Oliver, like the Naked Chef, Jamie Oliver, not like the kids' food needs to be healthy, Jamie Oliver. Ina and her butter. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, because again, when it comes to butter, I don't have it anymore because it was one of my first cookbooks when I was a teenager. It was the Urban Peasant cookbook. That man loved butter. Here's some carrots, just saute it with butter. Boom, you know. Hey, Ina talking about Jeffrey, so funny. Yeah. All right, so now I'm just waiting for the oil on this bad boy to come up to temperature. We're gonna give these guys another quick fry. We're gonna start with the veg, get that popping right now. As well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start making a quick fire. Where's that? There it is. I'm just gonna do a very simple version of the Edo Japan sweet sauce. Because again, I have a really good hack version of that. So to this, I put roughly about maybe a 3/4 cup of water into the pan. And I'm gonna go with, again, this ain't the healthiest thing on the planet, but hey, we ain't here for that right now. Okay, so we got about almost 2/3 of a cup of sugar going into that 1/3 of water. What we're making here is essentially a simple syrup. All right. Oh, Yan can cook. Oh my God, yeah. I love Yan. Him and his dad. I used to have Peter Yan's original wok that he released, and I also have his cookbook from the 70s in there. Like because the title is so engaging. Yeah, dude. Yan can cook. Yeah, I love his like aprons too, like walk, don't run. Texan, hey, I never tried pork. You should. Again, right now, where I live in Calgary, Alberta, pork's going for a relatively cheap price. As opposed to like chicken right now is going at an insane premium because of the drought. Same with cattle, like beef. Walk with Yan was the best. Yes. It was also one of my favorite. Yeah, Emerald also was my favorite. That's the reason I say the things like Bam and, you know what I mean? I grew up on that. That to me, that
Spice Weasel on Futurama.
the Spice Weasel. The Spice Weasel was actually for the Creole Essence. It was his like.
I know. I know it's spoofing Emerald.
Oh, I know. I loved Emerald too. He's like bow 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 bow, just sugar because he's from like New Orleans. And Walk with Yan is just one of my favorites because again, when it comes to Sir Porca's, yep, yes it is. Yeah, one of my favorite things though about like Emerald and Martin Yan and like all those guys and oh man, Ricardo, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Emerald's toothpaste. No way. The one thing that I really loved about that period is nothing screams louder 1998 than like Emerald Lagasse and like Emerald Live. You know what I'm saying? And then there was yeah, Yen can cook, so can you. Those are like just such good segments. And again, in 1998, I was like 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? And as a person that was like aspiring to be a chef, I was like, I can do that. You know what I mean? It was really inspiring for me to see just generally people not being like overly critical. They're just making good food, really accessible, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, memory lane. Yes, we are insanely dated. Galloping Gourmet. I don't recall that one particularly because that one like kind of I think I've heard about it. Galloping Gourmet. Was it like a cowboy? My back. Shannon. Yeah. My ankles hurt just like thinking about all those names too. Kelly, what's good? What's for dinner? We are cooking right now. I'm just finishing up some nice salt and pepper pork shoulder that I trimmed up, dredged, and I'm just giving it another fry. All right, just to get it nice and crispy. And then I'm going to season it with a little bit of white pepper, a little bit of garlic salt. Nothing too crazy. Then on the side, I'm going to be doing some teriyaki veg, which I did a little bit of mise en place here. I'm going to be serving that with a little bit of cabbage as well. And on the back burner for the teriyaki, I am making a quick fire Edo Japan kind of influenced teriyaki sauce. It's just a reduction of sweet sauce. Chef Michael Smith. Oh my God, that tall bastard. Noah cooked just before Yan. Interesting. I don't recall. Whoa, we're at 31,000 likes, guys. Thank you so much for doing that. Goodness. Yeah, I know Michael Smith is he's one of those guys that I know. He was probably one of the first East Coast cooks that I heard about. Whoa. Thanks for the confetti, Shannon. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, so I'm getting a nice good sear on all of these. You're starting to see a good amount of frying happening right now, right? Because it's come up to temperature. So these will be nice and crispy in the next couple seconds. Yeah, I'm starting to get a good amount of crispiness on that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right? Again, they don't have to be insanely crispy. Like, as long as they have a good crunch to them. Just kind of pull them as they're finishing, right? Because obviously the smaller pieces will finish before the bigger pieces, right? So just go ahead and start pulling those out as you go. Because again, you don't want to overcook the pork. It's just there to crisp out the sides and the outsides of the meats. Okay. Oh yeah, getting some nice color on that. Some nice color on that. How are we looking? Yeah, that's good. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm also just going to, I'm actually going to kill the heat as I'm pulling out the rest of the pork. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and empty the oil into a steel container. And then I can go ahead, without hesitation, I can go ahead and start stir frying the vegetables. Okay, boom. All right. Boom, just like that. Cool. Cool, we're looking at about 10, 15 minutes away from the end of the stream. So guys, anybody that's new, anybody that's just joining us for the first time, all that good stuff, just a quick reminder, at the end of every stream, by the end of the evening, if you want a closer look at the dishes that I have made during my lives, I am taking video and photos of the food that I plate. The vegetables should take roughly about 3 minutes max, because they're just small enough. And Abdul, thank you so much for the roses. Actually, I appreciate you for doing that. Yeah, so I do post video and all that good stuff on my page. So if you guys haven't already, hit that follow button for me. And then, of course, hit the likes on all my videos. That would be muchly appreciated. Again, that helps me in the algorithm. Get to more eyes just like yourselves. You know what I'm saying? People that are like-minded, want to talk about food, food culture, all that good stuff. And then, of course, anybody that is returning or that doesn't know, I usually stream Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. But as of right now, I will be shifting from Saturday to Sundays from now on. Just because of logistics on the Saturday. It's a little bit too busy for the family. And Sunday, it just seems like it'll be a nice, casual day to do a nice, good stream. All right? Caitlin, thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate it. Pasquale's Kitchen Express. I've never heard of that. Or at least I don't remember it.
What is in the small pan? What are you cooking next?
Oh, hold on. The screen's like screwed up here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so what's in the small pan? Yeah, definitely. Like a Sunday roast kind of situation. I think it'd be nice to do that kind of stream. So in the pan in the back here, simply I have 1/3 cup of, maybe about a half cup of water. And I got about 2/3 cup of sugar. So I'm basically making a simple syrup reduction. Okay, so I'm just going to wait till that comes up to a boil. I'm going to let it reduce by half. And then I got this extra bottle of thick teriyaki sauce I'm going to go ahead and add to it. I'm going to let that reduce then by half. And that is Edo sauce. Basically in a bag minus the pineapple juice. And what am I making next? To be honest with you, I don't know. I was thinking about, again, I still have another pork on deck. So I might do a nice braised pork shoulder on top of, actually, you know what? I saw a kick-ass. I might do a jacket potato, stuffed potato with like a type of pork stew. But I haven't really thought of that completely all the way through. But I think that might be a really, really good Friday. Do you use brown sugar? I can use brown sugar. We just don't have any brown sugar this evening.
We don't get brown sugar?
No, I use the hell out of it.
Oh.
And Rusalka, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you for doing that. That sounds dank. You're damn right. It sounds dank, Kelly. Alrighty. Boom. So that's on the go. Again, look at that. Like the color you get off that is very like ginger beefish. Has a good amount of crisp. Right? Get a really nice crunch sound to it. Right? And again, what you're looking for when you give it a fry is those nice ripples in the meat. Right? Really good, really clean. Yeah, when you give it a split, you can see the fat splitting with it because it's already starting to melt. All right? Oh, I'll take a bite in a second. I always let my family take their bites first. In our house, chef eats last. Hell yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be really nice. So now I got it just sitting in a bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the, what do you call it? The paper towel. All right. And then really simply, the seasoning is just garlic, salt, white pepper. And then I'm also going to hit with just a little bit of, I'm just going to hit with just a little touch of sesame oil as well, right? So then it has a little something to stick to, and the garlic salt is going to act as your sodium piece, okay? And when it comes to your white pepper, it really depends on how much you like your white pepper. If you're not used to it, I would say just go easy on it, just like you would regular pepper. But in this case, I'm just going to add just enough that it does add a level of, like, not necessarily heat, but a good aromatic piece to it, okay? And then I'm gonna get my sesame oil. All right. Just a small drizzle of that. Okay, boom. Give that a toss. Just like that. Nice. Yeah, and you got a good amount of aromatic from that sesame oil. Again, if you can't use sesame oil or you're allergic, leave it out. It's all good.
Is white pepper stronger than black pepper?
It is slightly. Plus, it also has like a more refined pepper flavor. Necessarily, again, it's. I would say white pepper is black pepper's sexier cousin. And that to me is important to remember. Jason McKnight, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you for being here. Yes, Rana Abu, absolutely do it with chicken. It is so good. Because again, I love this recipe primarily. I don't mind it with pork, but with chicken is like it's one of my things. As if you're gonna do it with chicken though, I highly recommend do it with chicken thighs.
Bless you.
Yes, definitely. Get some white pepper. Remember, the thing with white pepper is that it does, if it hits you in the face, it's an instant sneeze. All right. And as well, experiment with what your ratio is in terms of like how much you like it, right? Because it's an amazing savory flavor. I do recommend it for things like if you did tomatoes, like sauteed tomatoes and green onions with eggs, I would season your tomatoes. First, add your eggs to the side, stir it all together to make like an omelet. Boom, on top of rice. It's amazing with a little bit of hoisin sauce. Give that a try, and then that will really showcase the element of white pepper as a seasoning. Yeah, and again, with white pepper as well, it's a good substitute for black pepper. I mean, it's just it has a little bit more zest to it. Some people some people would say it's a bit spicier, but I would say it has a different, more refining flavor that goes along with it. Okay, so I'm just gonna actually move this out of the way so it doesn't just heat the bottom of the bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and drain out my oil from the pan. Boom. Okay, just like that. Okay, and in this case, I'm not going to bother rinsing the pan just because, again, it's, okay, it just like cooked all the deep fried stuff, so I don't mind. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and set this bad boy to about a 6.5, because this is going to be for stir frying. Okay, I'm going to go ahead with my onions, with my veg. I'm going to go ahead with my coleslaw, and as well, I do have some pre-washed green onions. I'm going to be using this for my garnishes. Okay, just a little bit of that green onion situation. Boom. Because again, I do love green onions on things like with teriyaki sauce or anything that is, what do you call it, like pan fried or pan seared, just because it adds this great element of freshness. Yeah, definitely. Grab some white pepper, see what you think about it. Okay. And then, of course, I'm actually mixing the whites of the green with the darks of the green, just because I do want to have, I guess, the comprehensive flavor of the green onion. Because I know some people will separate it, right? Because they do taste not radically different, but they do taste relatively different. Okay, so here, if anything, I'm actually going to go ahead, I'm going to just add in just an extra scoop of sugar to this, just because I do want a little bit sweeter syrup. So it's roughly about a half cup of water to a full cup of sugar. Robert Parliament, thank you so much for the live follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the live. You're going to love the people that are in here. Ooh, yeah. Oh, my God, yeah. White pepper on congee, fish sauce, soy sauce. You feel me? Sriracha. Stir that thing up. Oh, my God. And then one of the cheats to congee as well, I don't know if you know this, barbecue bao, right? You split that thing in half. Boom. Right? Push in the filling and then scoop the congee with that. Kays, what is good? Welcome to the live. I hope you're having a really great Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, you know what it is. Like, you know, because if anyone loves barbecue bao like as much as I do, like steamed baos, boom, like I use that for dipping in any soup, even egg drop soup, stuff like that. Especially congees. Congees is one of my favorite things. Ferron C, you did miss the majority of the cooking. Right now I'm just finishing up on the on the vegetables, and I will be going into the plating pretty shortly here. But if you stick around, you can go ahead, catch what we have right here. And if you want to check out the rest of the live, I will be going ahead and reposting it on my YouTube channel. So yeah, my YouTube channel isn't posted for some reason on my page, but if you give me a DM, I can give you the name that I use, which is similar to this on my TikTok page as well. And you can look it up on YouTube, okay? But right now, I just finished frying up some nice salt and pepper pork, right? Gorgeous, crispy, all right? I have my rice in the back. It had chicken stock, a little bit of roasted seaweed, some sesame oil, and some, I said chicken stock already? Yeah, so pretty simple, like pretty Japanese, if you will. I got my veg sliced up, my mise en place for that. So I'm just going to go ahead with that into the pan right now. Oh, Jason, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. That's a great compliment. And again, I appreciate you guys for being here, man, because, finding like-minded people, like-minded foodies, is it really important to me. You know what I'm saying? If you make sure to follow, which I think you already did, you're going to love the people that are in here. Again, like-minded, beautiful people that have amazing personalities, people that are interested in food. And it's a great conversation in here. Oh my God, we're actually almost at 40,000 likes. You guys did it. Damn. Am I a professional chef? Yes, ma'am. I was a professional chef up until last September. Just because I wanted a break from the actual kitchen. I've been in kitchens about a little over 25 years. Carissa, Paulie, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Such a good mental health boost. Oh, right on, dude. Jordan, well, I'm happy to bring something to the table, make your evenings that much better, more positive place to be. And again, guys, just so you know, that is what we're trying to build here. Is a great environment for foodies to be, and for people to congregate, no judgment. Again, we're all about just creating great food. I have considered being a private chef, but right now the economy in Calgary is kind of hit or miss for that kind of stuff. What cuisine did I cook the most? To be honest with you, it would be mostly Western and European stuff. I did a stint where I was running as a sous chef for a Greek restaurant, so I did a lot of Mediterranean. That was one of my fundamental stuff. So I did Greek, Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, that kind of stuff. But at the same time, yeah, I did. And then I also love doing Asian fusions because I opened a bunch of Asian restaurants here as well. 40K! We hit 40. Oh my God, right on, you guys. Thank you so much for doing that. Again, by doing that, it's been able to help me stay at about 40 to 50 people on the live stream consistently. And that's great because again, thanks for the confetti. Again, it's just great because then it keeps it consistent, keeps new people coming in that are potentially interested in talking about food and all that good stuff. Souvlaki, the potatoes. Oh man. Yo, if you want any Greek recipes, hit me in the DMs after the live. I can definitely help you. Caitlin, thank you so much for the balloons. Yeah, dude. Okay, so I'm getting a nice sear on these, on the veg, right? We're getting a good amount of color. Again, the broccoli itself is starting to get heated, right? You can feel the tops are starting to get soft, but the cores are going to remain soft but crunchy at the same time. Okay, I got that nice simple syrup over here reducing. I'm going to go ahead and hit that guy with a bit of the teriyaki sauce.
What are Johnny cakes real quick?
Okay, and real quick, Johnny cakes are basically cornbread's more sweeter, sexier cousin. So this is the dessert version of a cornbread. Again, this has been sitting out for roughly about 45 minutes, and it's still nice. It has a good sponginess to it, very soft, right? It's not crumbly. Good overall, consistency to it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead with, let's just hit it with just a touch of water. Right? Give this guy a quick steam. Okay. Yo, hope for I love cornbread too, man. Especially when you get the cornbread warm, you hit it with that butter. Oh my lord. Go to Popeyes. Oh yeah, dude. Popeyes night, baby. Get a 3-piece spicy chicken with spicy fries. Jordan, thank you so much for the fire. I appreciate you for doing that. It's kind of like this right here is going to be kind of like chop suey because I'm going to be adding in some cabbage mix, but the only difference is it doesn't have sprouts. Okay, so just going to be a little bit of that right there. Nice. Okay, and again, you can see that the teriyaki sauce in the back or in the side here starting to get wicked thick because of that simple syrup, and it has a good amount of sweetness on it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's going to be awesome on rice, awesome on veg. Tuesday is 2-piece for $5. Oh, what? Yo, get 2 of those. My God. Popeyes is so fire. I love American Popeyes. Is it a Filipino thing to make chop suey with chicken, or is it just my family? To be honest with you, it's like something, I think it's regional, but I think it is something that's shared among like not just Filipinos. I think it's one of those things where we can use up all of the extra like chopped up vegetables that we got. And anywhere in Asia kind of has their own version of it. Popeyes in Georgia, oh my God. Rebecca S, thank you so much for the follow. Hello, I hope you're having a really great Tuesday. Welcome to the live. You're going to love the people that are in here. The community that we've built up is amazing. Great personalities and just loving, wholesome people that just love talking about food, man. Nice. Okay, where are we at on the carrots? Yep. Carrots are nice. Almost soft. Cool. Okay, teriyaki sauce in the back. Nice, good to go. Good fragrance to it. Okay. Boom. Good to go. All right, so again, we got those broccoli. They take on a bit of color, which is fantastic. The core itself is nice. It still has a good amount of crisp to it, but it's still soft. Like you can still tear it apart, break it. Same thing with the cauliflower. Still has a good amount of crunch to it, but at the same time, like the actual florets is very soft. Not very soft, but soft enough that it's on the tooth, very nice. You know, softer, not super crunchy. Okay, excuse me. So of course, with teriyaki, because it's one of those sauces that is a fermented sauce. So instead of, you don't really make teriyaki just like soy sauce. So for this, it is half a cup of water to roughly a full cup of sugar. I made a simple syrup, get that to a boil. And then once it's to a boil and reduced by 50%, I went ahead, added the thick teriyaki sauce to it. So this will give you a really great glaze on top of your rice and on top of your veg. Because again, I really wanted to emulate like an Edo Japan style, what do you call it, sauce. I have had the McRib. I remember it being bigger when I was a kid. Faransi, you wouldn't. I guarantee you. Just make sure we're looking at everything, making sure we're not overheating all of our pans and stuff like that. I know you can do it because anybody can cook. I guarantee you. Yeah, and also the McRib. Does anybody remember the sauce being different, or is that just me? I remember it being like a little bit less sweet and more smoky. Right, so now guys, we are on the home stretch right now. So I got my pork, boom, all right, I got that rice, boom. I'm gonna go ahead and try to plate a nice dish here. Again, for all of our day ones, you know what it is. let's do. Just give that a quick hit with water. Bam. The most difficult dish to make. It would be, I think it would be pineapple spherical ravioli served with, I'm going to have to say like a sea salt. No, it's not sea salt. It's going to be with like a type of espuma, like aerated foam. And then you're going to do like suspended like reverse cherry tomatoes. Just because all those things have to cook exactly on time, and to do that at the table is insane, to me at least, because I remember trying to do it at restaurants doing molecular gastronomy, and it just, a lot of the guys that I worked with didn't train in like molecular gastronomy restaurants, and that was kind of what killed it, because they just didn't know. Yeah, you gotta date the homies in the kitchens, but I will warn you, they do come with problems.
They do, yep. Abdul wants to know what your favorite dish is.
What my favorite dish is? Oh, Abdul. Okay, so one of my favorite dishes is, I will always say it's, what do you call it? Duck fat confit fried potatoes with hard seared blue rare onglet steak and charred broccolini. To this day, it's one of my favorites. And you're totally right. Low and slow, obviously exceptions, but yeah, low and slow, nice and easy, keep it simple and straightforward. Everything gets cooked in time. It's one of my favorite things. As well as utilize your oven, 100%. We're over, Kara. Yeah, you're right. It's a fact. But Kara, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome again. You're gonna love the people that are in here, as much as I do. Yeah, no, when I say that we got problems, I'm just saying like we got like, man, find the right one is all I'm saying. Don't settle for the first one. Okay, so then I got my seasoned rice just on here, right? I'm gonna go ahead, hit with a bit of the veg on top, right? So again, everything's nice, it's steamed, it's soft, right? But we're gonna hit it with that glaze, which is gonna be fantastic, all right? See someone who laughs and chats back. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I try to multitask as best as I can. And Jason McKnight, in the rice, what I have here is just, so it's basically it's basmati Indian rice. Again, I love it because it's a very flaky rice. It doesn't get too coagulated too quickly. So once you rinse it and wash it out and cook it really, really slowly, it really breaks apart. So it's a really great ingredient for fried rice. So in that, it's Indian basmati rice. I use chicken stock powder. It's chicken stock powder. I believe I probably hit it with just a touch of the white pepper. It has roasted seaweed I crushed into it, and a little bit of sesame oil. Yeah, really, really simple. Again, it's just really about increasing the fragrance and just the overall flavor profile, because when it comes to your dishes, you're always trying to make sure that you're layering flavors, right? Iron Maiden, what's good? Welcome to the live. I appreciate you for getting here, man. How's your Tuesday been, brother? And Rezque, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you for being here. Yeah, basmati is just an amazing rice. To be perfectly honest, it's amazing for so many applications, right? Just because the one that I have, the particular brand that I use, it breaks apart very nice. So the grains themselves very separated. It's very forgiving, really hard to overcook for the most part.
Trevor wants to know, do brands matter, or is all basmati just basmati?
To be honest with you, it really just what the difference is going to be is it's going to come down to how well they process their rice. So like you have excess starches from the kernels in the processing, as well as the curing process as well that goes into the drying. Stuff like that. But to be honest with you, they're all relatively the same. The only difference is those things that are like pot ready, I gotta jump off here pretty quick. Yeah, so anything that's pot ready or anything that's kind of like those parboiled types of rice, I don't really recommend because they're also going to end up being pretty consistent, but they're also going to end up being pretty hard overall. Yeah, I love sticky rice, like Japanese rice. Say again?
Is there a way to make basmati rice
More sticky. In all honesty, yeah, if you want to add a little bit more water, but it is going to make them a little bit too tender. I do recommend, if instead of using basmati, maybe go to jasmine rice, or maybe potentially try Japanese rice. Not sushi rice, but you can. There is a type of Japanese rice that they use on a daily, and it is a much stickier rice. It kind of clumps together a little bit more, and all that good stuff.
Have you tried cooking rice with pandan leaves? It makes it smell so yummy.
We've done the pandan leaves folded over top of the, what do you call it? All that stuff. But I will, at this moment, I'm just going to go ahead and start plating all of my meals. And I will have to say adieu to Nanners, because apparently her D&D party needs her to fight a dragon.
I'm sorry, where are you getting that text?
I'm getting them from Peter and from Neil.
I told them. My phone is occupied. They can slam their tits.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm only going to be on here for another like 5 or 10 minutes max. I apologize.
It's fine.
Because you know how them nerds are. They're like, we need to grease the wheels.
We gotta fight a fucking dragon apparently, and Marcus died last time.
Yeah, and they gotta be out there fighting a dragon in D&D. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead with my salt and pepper chicken. So now it's had a chance to rest. It's a great crispy consistency. Okay, all that good stuff. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead with the sauce. Give me like a not toddler spoon. All right, here we go.
And we see a taste test.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and. You want to come on screen, have a quick bite?
You can.
I wait till y'all eat first.
I'm hitting likes. So.
You're slamming the likes. Okay, so nice. You hit it with a bit of that nice sauce, right? You're gonna hit it around just lightly over top of the salt and pepper chicken to add that little element of sweetness to offset that sugar, and then you're gonna hit with just a little bit of green onion on top. Okay, and just because again I'm trying to use it up, I will go ahead with just and just a little bit of crushed peanuts, just for that extra toasty flavor. All right. Can we see a taste test? 5 more minutes to get 50,000. Damn, yo, hey, we're almost at 50,000.
Give the people what they want.
Ooh, yeah. Again, that crustiness and like doing the velveting really amounted to a good tender pork. But again, with the pork shoulder, amazing. She loves the interactive Alexa in the back. Yeah, I try to make sure that my cupboards are completely stocked over time. Again, it's not something you buy all at once. Okay, so right here, boom. All right, we're at 50K, guys. Oh man, thank you so much for doing that. You guys are monsters. It's awesome. So here's the final product. Again, when it comes to doing any of the plating, just go ahead and you give it like a nice swirl with that sweet teriyaki sauce. All right. And again, guys, I'm going to be jumping off pretty quickly. So if you guys want a closer look at this dish and the dessert, right? So essentially all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be slicing this in half, putting a little bit of butter, you feel me? And I'm going to be just pouring maple syrup on it, all sexy like and shit. I'll be real, more than one cupboard handle is broken. That's a for real.
All the magnets don't work either.
Yeah, and all the magnets. This is an old house. We rent. Fall Christmas love. Hey, if you're in Calgary, you know where we're at, right? Doors open. We got a plate on the table for you. Right, but I'll be right back. I'm going to go ahead. My wife's been waiting on this, and I know for a fact her friends are yelling at me to get off of here so she can do some D&D damage. You know what I'm saying? Baby's hungry. Okay, here we go, madam. Okay. You want some veggies and rice there, Bob? Okay. So we got a little bit of rice. Boom. Just a little bit of that. Just some of this. Well, what do you want for dinner then, Bubby? I got some really nice pork and rice that I made with some really sweet teriyaki sauce. I'll put it in the fridge for you, just in case you want to try it, okay, honey? Mmm, sweet. Okay.
What's the pie? What's that in the...
These are, what do you call it? These are Johnny cakes. You want one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Try that. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, pretty much the dessert is just going to be just these guys cut in half, right? It's a little on the softer side, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a nice scraping of butter. All right. So what I love about Johnny Cakes is, again, the butter doesn't have to melt. Right? So you do that. Boom. Where did I put my maple syrup? Oh. Not my syrup. There you are. Some real Canadian maple syrup. I try to clean, you know what I'm saying. Mello, hello from Vancouver. How you doing today? I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Okay, so it's butter, and I like to keep the butter whole just because when you take a bite out of it, it's nuts. So I'm also using salted butter, okay? So then you're gonna add just a hit of this maple syrup just on top. Okay, onto the plate. Boom, just like that. Okay, and that is just a regular maple Johnny cake. Alrighty. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, so again, just a quick reminder, guys, I will be taking video and photos of all of my final dishes as usual at the end of all of my lives. So if you want a closer look, you just go ahead, make sure to hit that follow button for my page, and you guys can stay up to date on any of the new posts. Yeah, and then at the same time, I do stream Tuesdays. I'm going to be going to, it's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, all right? Except for this following, Mello, thank you so much for the follow. Except for this coming Thursday, I will be filming, so I will be going on Friday, will be my next live stream, and then Sunday following that, okay? So you guys, it's a lot of cooking and cleaning. It's just me because, well, I mean, the thing is, as long as you stay up on the cleaning, it's all pretty easy. But yeah, you guys have a good, meal prep and then just clean once. You're good to go. But you guys have a good rest of your evening. Hope you have a good rest of your week. I will see you guys all on Friday. Have a good rest of your week and be safe out there, okay? Cheers, y'all.